Стоял и боксировал с собой вместо того, чтобы бегать?
No, I thought that he will give me fight, you know, that he did just a box, you know, just because he knew my power, and he ran, and I said, hey, stop run, I will touch you, be sure.
Did you think that the fight would go as short as it went?
But not 100%, but I worry about this, you know, like I'm going to any fight and I don't think that I will be sure win, you know, like it's boxing, you know, I just got more care for me, more care in the ring, you know, like about me, and more concentrate and more focus on this fight.
You know, a lot of people say Adonis Stevenson might be fighter of the year this year, but your resume is very similar to his. Do you feel that you've had a better year than he's had?
Он говорит, да, они думают, что Адонис Стивенсон будет боксер года, но твое очень то же самое, как бы близко к нему. Ну, ты думаешь, что лучше?
I don't think that best or not, like people must say about me, you know, like because from side, like как со стороны.
From a side, as you can see much better.
You can see much better, yeah.
He doesn't want to talk about himself, so somebody else has to make a decision. Who is the best, not him.
Okay. Sillakh said about his, like, I'm the best. You saw who is the best in last fight.
Changing topics a little bit, I want him to talk about himself on a personal level. Like, what does he like to do outside the ring? Where is he living most of the time? The things of that nature.
Поменять чуть-чуть направление. Хочет с тобой поговорить, что ты любишь делать в жизни, где ты живешь самое больше, что ты, чем ты занимаешься.
It's the most what I do in my life. I'm spending time in my bed, on my bed. No, not sleeping, just relax. No, I'm joking.
Where is that? Where is your bed?
Where in Florida? On the beach.
Under the bridge?
With who?
Picasso, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, with my family. No, I'm joking. You know, like I love spend time with my friends and a lot of spending time on internet conversation. Right now, I'm gonna stop because a lot of fans write to me and call to me like congratulations, asking any questions about boxing, you know, about how I can get for me. They asking fans how I can get much better my shape, you know, like, hey guys, I'm not coach, I'm just a boxer and I doing.
You're doing fine without
Yes, you know, like I can't help anybody and everybody. You know.
Strong?
And spending
good,
money
I'm glad.
on the beach and
Feel
like.
good. You like sugar or milk?
I love to drive my car, you know, like.
what kind of car is that?
I don't have raw sugar.
Okay, just
Right now, Volkswagen Jetta.
bite.
You know,
One white.
but
Right now,
right now, my dream like get maybe something Ferrari, maybe like
Ferrari,
something luxury car, you know, but not yet, you know, like maybe in future, I hope.
Sergey, what did you think of Steve? Obviously, a lot of the boxing fans, boxing public wants to see the fight with you and Stevenson. In the ring, he mentioned a desire more to fight Froch and Hopkins, and really didn't mention your name. What did you think about that at all, or what that made? Is there an underlining meaning to that? Do you think?
I think that he understands it, but that I'm dangerous for his, you know, and he knows that can happen in the ring with him. You know?
So you think he purposely didn't say your name?
He's dangerous for me too, but I know what I need to do in the ring with against his, you know. Like,
Do you think he purposely did not say your name because he doesn't want to fight you?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, he forgot my name. Special.
He said a few times he thinks you need a bigger win to get a fight with him. Do you agree with that? Do you need another fight? He says how he beat Chad Dawson. He thinks he has a better resume.
No, you know, like this is like again same like I need to win somebody best for fight with him. You know, like I won same good opponents like how Gabriel, who was like a former champion, and when I met with him in the ring, for me, he still be champion of the world, you know, like, and I got to the ring like with against champion of the world, you know, like, it was my first very important fight.
A lot of people think Campillo beats Forrest Cloud.
Yeah. You saw this fight, yeah. You know what happened. And also I beat Cleveland when I got title, you know. Cleveland was undefeated, a great champion who was defended 5 times his belt, you know. Stevenson won Chad Dawson. But Chad Dawson was on that fight not very good shape. He had not very good shape after underwork. You know, like he's not was recovered after that fight.
Iggy's question for you. Plan out his 2014. In what would you like to see his 2014 look like?
Of course, we would like to see Stevenson, which is the biggest fight in the light heavyweight division today in the world. But if Stevenson gonna fight, the things I'm hearing, they're not gonna fight probably like for the half of a month, for the half of a year. Maybe they're gonna be coming in June, maybe May. So nobody knows about it. It's the same situation. What happened when Sergey became an IBF mandatory? We had a chance to chase Bernard Hopkins, but we didn't do that because it was like no situation, and opportunity for us came out to fight Cleverly. That's what we did. We said, okay, we're gonna go fight Cleverly right now instead of chasing Hopkins, and we don't know we're gonna get it or we're not gonna get it. So these days we're in a situation where, again, yes, it's a big fight, but there is plenty of other fighters to fight. So we're definitely looking 2014 to get him 4 times in the ring. It could be outside of the country. I'm going to Russia to see if we can set up, because Sergey became very popular in Russia. We're going to be setting up things, maybe fighting in Russia one fight. We're talking with HBO, see how many dates we can get on HBO. So it's right now just, there is no questions who do we want to fight. There is a question who's going to fight us. That's the biggest, I think, question what we have to ask ourselves. Who's gonna fight us?
Yeah, because people tend to shy away from somebody like him.
Of course.
It's like, why should I risk something against a monster, so to speak, if you will?
So this game became not like a Jack, as you know, probably back in the days. Everybody was fighting everybody. Nowadays, it's a good thing you have a good fighter, you have a great fighter, you have a champion. But a bad thing, nobody wants to fight him. Or if somebody wants to fight, they just naming like a crazy money, which is it's impossible. They know they're not going to get it, and the fight is not going to happen.
Well, too many people have their own little kingdom. In the old days, we only had one kingdom. But now everybody's got their own little kingdom.
Exactly.
And they don't have to move outside of that kingdom.
Exactly. They're just running from each other. That's all.
An interesting name, obviously. Cleaned out the 68-pound division, and Andre's at some point can move up to 75. Is that something that you would entertain? Maybe the first part of the year, first 6 months.
If he is coming to 175, of course there is no questions. To fight Andre would be probably an honor for us. You know? It would be a great fight. It would be a big payday. It would be a good war in the ring. and it would be great fight. Yeah, of course, we're open. We're open. Anybody in 175 division, Sergey is open to fight.
Is that a fight that you've talked about with Andre, maybe? Andre Ward?
175 only.
What is it about right now with Eastern European boxing, Russian, Ukraine? There's so many good fighters like Sergey, like Lomachenko, like Robotnikov. What is it now that you've seen a big rise in the fighters? I mean, they've always had good fighters, but it seems like more now.
Back in the days, it was a lot of fighters, but they're still in the amateur games, because in their head, when they were growing up from a small, being a small kids, it was pushing for Olympics. And if you ask any amateur in a Russian, what is the better for you, to become a world champion in a professional and make millions and millions of dollars, or to get a gold Olympic medal and still be poor? So probably 95% will say, no, we want an Olympic gold. Just proud.
A lot of Cuban boxers.
Yeah, just probably proud. And that's why these guys were staying in the national teams for a long time, until they recognized there's a lot of better ways to move to being a professional fighter, to make more money, to make a better living, to help your families, to grow up.
What would it say for you to go to Canada and fight Stevenson?
Sure.
Okay?
That's where we go to the backyards all the time. We went to England, we went to Canada, we want to go to Canada, we go to Canada, no problem.
I'm getting, I got here a little late, so this question might have been asked. But obviously, with the two fights back to back, the easy inference is that this is like a showcase of a coming attraction. We've seen that happen so many times before, that two fighters are on the same card because it's meant that it's supposed to be like a preview of an upcoming fight. Is that just happenstance, or was that the idea going in?
I believe that was prevented by HBO. That's what they want to do. But is that on the HBO or Stevenson's people? We don't know for sure who is backing whom and who is ducking. So I think HBO wants that fight because that's what they built for. That's why they took him and Sillakh to Canada under the Stevenson, to show him into the Canadian fans. So, but again, if we have to wait for another 6 or 7 months, just because we wanted to fight Stevenson, no, that's not what's going to happen. We're going to fight. We're going to fight, and the sooner is better. If Stevenson got in his fight when, how many rounds we went? 7, 8? 7? Well, yeah, 7, 8. So this kid was in the ring only for 3 minutes. So he can go in a week back in the ring.
What about in January, Bute and Pascal? What do you think about that fight? And would you want to fight the winner of that fight as well?
For me, interesting this fight, but they are Canadians both, and who will win if HBO interests this fight against any? I'm ready. For me, much better, much interest against Stevenson.
I heard a story.
And I want to fight also with my country.
I heard something that your fight was over. You'd gone back to the dressing room, but I guess you wanted to see, what was happening with Stevenson too. That you liked you came out and you still hadn't completely changed or something. I guess in the tunnel or something, you see what was happening. Is that true? And what were your impressions of what you saw from it?
Я слышал, что ты... говорит, он слышал, что ты уже пошел себе переодеться в локер-рум. Вот. Но потом, когда услышал, что Стивенсон боксирует, прямо, говорит, не переодеваясь, ничего, вышел и смотрел его в бой. Что ты в нем увидел?
I saw Same Stevenson, you know, like how is every fight. He's simple. He's simple Superman.
Did he have the two hands and one head?
Yeah.
Yeah? No, not third hand?
Regular man, you know.
Stevenson fights with his hands down a lot.
But he's Superman.
Yeah, but his hands are down low a lot. Do you think he would fight that way against you? That might be a mistake.
Can you repeat again, please?
Stevenson likes to fight with his hands really low sometimes. Like Sergio Martinez kind of hands. Do you think he would fight that way against you? That might be dangerous to keep his hands guard so low.
No, this is not dangerous for him, you know. I'm sometimes
Sergey has a kryptonite.
keeping my hands down too, like, you know, like maybe it's like somebody used this like for venom, you know, like just to show I won him. But already punched him when he comes, you know, when he comes. Like this is like style.
Show.
Yes, style of everybody.